These latest headlines from ABC15 are sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. One call, that's all.
Hello, I'm Megan Thompson with your afternoon update from ABC15 Arizona. A false alarm of ICE raids led to protests in Peoria with one man being arrested. Our own Adam Mincer has the latest.
Officials say Monday's protests were triggered by misinformation. Governor Hobbs saying that there was no ICE activity happening in Peoria on Monday. But rather, Peoria police were assisting federal agents with a drug-related investigation. Check out this video from our crews on yesterday. Officials say a man assaulted a Peoria police sergeant during the protest. Someone also threw a water bottle at officers. Our team says about 100 protesters were there. Governor Hobbs spoke to our news partners at KTAR about the altercation.
Look, tensions are really high right now, and I think it's incumbent on everyone to ensure that they're responding to accurate information. And the information that an ICE raid was happening today was not accurate.
Peoria Mayor Jason Beck also spoke with KTAR. He was frustrated by what unfolded, saying some local elected officials attended the protest. Governor Hobbs responding to the mayor, saying it's on leaders to lower the temperature and make sure they are reacting to accurate information. Peoria PD says one person was arrested and that officer who was assaulted is doing fine and okay. And throughout the day, we'll continue to monitor any other protest or immigration-related activity, not only in the Valley, but across the country. In Peoria, Adam Mincer, ABC15, Arizona.
We're checking more of your top headlines now. One person is dead after a fiery rollover crash. It happened just before 11 last night on the 143 off-ramp for the I-10. You can see a car flipped over into a nearby parking lot below that ramp. The area is back open now for drivers. The couple killed in a shooting on the Las Vegas Strip were from Arizona. Police say 41-year-old Manuel Ruiz shot and killed Rodney Findlay and his wife Tanisha in front of the Bellagio fountain Sunday night. Court documents show the fight stemmed from an online argument between the YouTube streamers. Authorities say that shooter turned himself in. Closing arguments could begin today in Lori Daybell's trial. She's accused of conspiring to kill her niece's ex-husband. Prosecutors called their final witness this morning. Daybell will then have the chance to call her own witnesses. Now, if she doesn't, closing arguments will begin. You could stream that trial now on ABC15.com. The Coast Guard suspending the search for 6 people killed in a weekend plane crash off the coast of San Diego. The plane on its way back to Phoenix one day after flying out from Arizona. The Coast Guard says it searched 300 square miles. The inflation rate in the U.S. did not rise as much as expected last month, even in the face of Trump administration tariffs. Consumer prices increased 0.1% in May, while the nation's yearly inflation rate rose to 2.4%. Economists predicted falling gas prices would help keep inflation's monthly rate in check, but that tariff effects would still put more pressure on prices.
Experts tell me that the Phoenix housing market's a tricky one right now, with headaches for sellers because more houses are on the market and they're sitting for longer as buyers are still hesitant to break in.
Just a quick drive through the Encanto neighborhood and you'll find sign after sign.
Which is a more expensive neighborhood.
Darwin Fisk's home in the neighborhood is up for sale.
It's a little slice of paradise, 3,050 square foot. There is an in-law that's completely separate, has its own entry, own kitchen, own bedroom.
It's been on the market since late January.
There are no buyers. And it makes sense to me because of the way the market overall is doing.
He's not alone. May data from Phoenix Realtors shows nearly 50% more homes are on the market compared to May last year. And they're sitting anywhere from 16 to 23% longer.
Buyers are staying away from the market. Interest rates are high. Concern for the economy, whatever. There's just not a lot of activity in the market.
So if it's a buyer's market that buyers aren't actually wanting to buy in, who wins?
Who's really doing well right now are new home builders. Their sales are up because they're offering interest rate buy downs. So a savvy seller, instead of dropping their price, will offer that same money to a buyer to help buy down the interest rate, which makes their house more affordable.
Realtor Butch Lieber says he believes the market won't make major moves until interest rates change.
And we may not see that for, 12 to 18 months.
Fisk might wait until then, too.
If we don't manage to actually get an offer soon, then we're just going to rearrange life and go back to living there for a couple of years and see what happens with the market. Because I don't believe the market's going to change drastically anytime soon.
In Phoenix, Lillian Donahue, ABC15 Arizona.
With your most accurate forecast on this Wednesday, I'm meteorologist Jorge Torres. Temperatures today will be climbing once again like they have been over the past several days, starting off in the upper 80s at 8 o'clock this morning, 100 at noon, and our high today reaching 108, which is 4 degrees above normal, along with some afternoon breezes. Even a slight chance for a few isolated thunderstorms once again, mainly across eastern Arizona as you head toward the Four Corners area in Apache County, the White Mountains, and in southeastern Arizona too, where highs in areas like Safford will reach 105 today, near 90 in Winter Rock, upper 90s as you head toward Winslow, Page, Kingman at 97 degrees, and then 100 plus across the majority of the lower deserts, including the valley with that high of 108. But then for the weekend, we could be anticipating our first 110-degree days of 2025 as much of central and southern Arizona under extreme heat watches. Your 7-day forecast showing temperatures sizzling for the upcoming Father's Day weekend with a high of 113 on Sunday. In the high country, slight chance of a storm today, in the 80s the rest of the week.
We will have another update for you tonight. Until then, get the latest news, weather, and traffic at abc15.com, or you can download that free ABC 15 mobile app.
These latest headlines from ABC 15 are sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. One call, that's all.